Hello again, YouTube. I am Shaggy. I am Phil Alitea, and I fought a couple of fights so that you guys changed my gear around a little bit, and I'm gonna grind a little. I'm still stuck here at this Taco Bell. It's still the same night, 11-9. If you're watching the live, you know that. Yeah, for sure, Eric. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Eric. For sure, buddy. Hello, Lonnie. Very sweet, Eric. Hey, Sandra, what's up? It's very sweet, Eric. Oh, thank God you have to press X to go in. I like that. That's something I wish more games did. You'll be alright. I'm great. I'm always good. Hey, Hector, what's up? Sounds complicated, Sandra? I don't know what that means. Nothing too serious? Heard that, Joe. Don't know what fighting you're talking about. fighting you're talking about, Sandra? Why, why does that mean that someone is fighting, Sandra? Heard that, Joe. I'm glad he liked it. That's great. Heard that, Eric. Let's do this. Do I want to do this yet? I know Barbet's the top. I think I know that Mithril. Ooh. Heard that, Hector. Glad to hear you're in a good spot. Okay, Eric. Come on, let's go while we can. Indeed, let us press on. Is that so, Hector? that. Heard that, Hector. I don't know why you think it would be bad. Red Dead Redemption as well? Or Red Dead Redemption the sequel? Never played Sonic, Jennifer. That might have been bad. As a general rule, Jennifer, I don't play platformers. I don't know what that means, Eric. I don't know what made you think it would be bad, Hector. Heard that, Hector? Heard that? also stay dead. So time to just unload on the core. Fuck you. Please don't lock me into a cutscene. Sometimes I don't really understand why people think I want to listen to them bitch. That's all. Just trying to have a good time. Chill, play a little Final Fantasy, get a little stoned. Before I go back to my tent. Work to try to make something to entertain, amuse, and fortify you spiritually. And you just want to come around and bitch. I don't like that the guys in the Taco Bell are making noise. Yeah, just let me stand up and tell them that you give a shit. How do you think that's gonna go? Trent, Rob, I'm gonna need you to use your inside voices. This is Dude's inside voice. This has been him since he was able to speak at the volume of a yell his whole life. Why is that something that I need to hear you bitch about? You're not here. What do you want me to do about it? Like, legitimately, what do you want me to do about it? This is live. That's not the A button. That's not one of those is the A button. Ha 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 ha. I guess I should probably try to eat one of these boys. Scorpions is what they're called. I'm trying so hard not to call them angry crabs. Spiked tail crabs. Actually, to be perfectly truthful, I was trying really hard not to call them spiky claw boys. Like, on some level, I do feel like if you think that you deserve the courtesy of convenience, then I feel like I deserve the courtesy of respect and empathy in return. Yeah, for sure, Eric. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play any They Are Billions right now, just because my computer is running really smooth and cool, and I don't want to jinx it. Because I'm gonna do other um, heavy processing stuff. Thank you, Eric. I'm going to do other big processor stuff later tonight, and I don't want to jinx. Fuck, what little success I'm having today. Come on. It just grows this way, buddy. Having it in that wool hat helps, I guess. Helps it stay clean. I'm sure my scalp is a wreck. I'll have to clean it tomorrow or the day after. I don't bathe as often in the winter. It's cold. The King of Bermucia is already here, and a bunch of people came here because we rescued them, and that we know to come here because a bunch of people. Oh, I probably should have read the prompt.
I go look for yummies myself.
I don't know what she sounds like yet. I think Kina is a girl. They might be sexless, but then how do you know which one's the girls and which one's the boys? How do you know which ones to put in skirts? And how do you know which ones to automatically think are dumb and blame for everything? Sounds like this every night. I haven't been a guide in ages. Well, I haven't been guided since the last time I spoke to you, I guess. God damn it, this has got to be. Oh well, I like Kina, so I'm glad I have Kina in the party for this section.
Got no yummy yummies anywhere. How come the famous Alexandria just clean smooth?
That's not what it sounds like.
You have no famous Southgate butt cake?
She's like, oh yeah, I do actually have a few items. I don't know where they came from. Yeah. Do you want to buy them? Surprisingly reasonable prices. Not war profiteering. There's a mushroom. I wonder if Kingdoms of Amalur will run on my computer. I need to stop. I need to stop. I have games. I have the games. If I buy any more, I'm not gonna play the games I have got. Hey, I remember you. You saved our lives. Yeah, I was supposed to be grinding. Plaza de Agua? Why does... Oh no, are they harassing my guy? Don't harass my guy, Mr. S. It's my favorite guy. I have a lot of favorite characters in this game, leave me alone. We don't super duper care about the story or all that. I'm not really diving into it. Because the good parts are at the end. The beginning is a mess. And I'm playing this as a building time sink to avoid depression. And so I know this really well, so it's something I can just lose myself in having done before and doing again while I ostensibly make money at my chosen work. fact, the headset is in large part so I can get quality audio here in Taco Bell while they make hella noise. Hella noise they have to know better than making. But I don't count as a customer. I just don't count as a customer anywhere I go. No matter how much money I spend, I don't count. You're a dork, Eric, if that's what you want to do, man. Golden Sun was on the Game Boy Advance. It's on the Switch, on the Surface, no, on the Switch now too. Well, I guess the Switch too. The Switch, the little Nintendo emulator thing that they offer, NES, Game Boy, SNES, the little emulator thing that they offer, the subscription service had Golden Sun on it, has Golden Sun on it. I haven't used that service in over a year, and I don't know if it's on the Surface too. For sure, Eric. You do you, man. Have a good time. I'm a busy boy. The antlion attacked. That's problematic. Where's that? Why did it do that, and where did it do it? And where's my party? Heard that, how? I hear you, Eric. That's not the right way. Yeah, no kidding, a kid's been attacked by an antlion. I'm trying to find that kid. No one is guiding me toward that kid. Like, nobody else is super urgent about it. I hope so too, Eric. I'm sure you're gonna do your best. Yeah, religion can change your life for the rest of your life. Fuck, where? Where? right there for some reason that I was supposed to know about. Hang in there, champ. We're gonna save you. Is this a child? Yeah, he's fine. Like hell, I'm fine. That voice. Might it be Prince Puck? Now that's either what children in this town look like, or that's our friend who helped our guy Mr. S at the beginning of the video, or the beginning of the game. Does that really say? Okay, thank you for 20 likes, guys. Make sure to get that to 20 super likes next time. You boys got to eat. Or Dad, or you too, buddy. Nicely done, Queena. Yes, Queena. Feel good about that one. Feel really good about that one. Oh, yeah. You think you're gonna knock me down to all of my guys down to low health? You think that knocking me to critical is a good idea? Here you go. Just take 500 over and over. Take that, sir. How do you like it? I don't think it liked it. Queena's stupid roster of abilities worked out right there. It's lucky it didn't knock her down to 1 health. Should fuck it all the way up. I haven't seen him in ages. 3 years. How slowly do you guys fucking grow, and how little was he when he ran off? This fucking mic. I don't even remember why I put it on the right side, but now it's in the way. I got this cola slush, smoky smoke, and I really like it. Yes, we helped your fantasy town. This isn't the conflict we give a shit about. Frankly, this is a very prolonged prologue. Very prolonged. This isn't even the first act of the game yet. These fantasy games, fantasy novels, fantasy writers, I myself included, it's really hard to get into the world and into the narrative. Fantasy was a literary genre first, as far as like the novels. For sure, Hal. You are welcome. Even if you bitch at me one too many times. never seen it before, and I'm talking over it, ruining it because I'm not doing a true Let's Play of Final Fantasy IX. I'm doing a, well, of course that happened. And so the harp is, playing the harp and music is keeping that happening, and so the strings of the harp broke, and so now the music can't happen, and so now that is happening. And so we're going through the Final Fantasy setup, right? Earth, wind, water, fire, going wrong. So the evil forest, earth, and now the tree here is an allusion to wind. The world has to die around us in order for the threat of the dying world to seem real. And Western RPGs get this wrong. So Western RPGs either start you in untenable worlds that need the player character to feel empowered to change them, or they need to start in worlds where everything seems normal, and then there's an impending threat that's so important and so immediate to the main character that the player character has to engage in the story. Because games like Morrowind, Skyrim, Oblivion, where the narrative threat is so far outside what the player character is actually doing in the game, you can forget that there is a threat, an existential threat to the world. And in fact, the existential threat to the world can become tedious and cliche, can become obviously tropey if you aren't a consumer of fantasy literature, fantasy material. So the reason there's no The Witcher 4, for example, is because around 2015, the market was saturated with giant open world Western RPGs, and all of them were getting the existential threat of the narrative. The reason there's a story and a player character at all of them were getting it wrong. And so there was just massive open world RPG fatigue that even Baldur's Gate 3 didn't alleviate. It didn't actually solve that. There isn't actually a clamor because people my age remember. Mass Effect did badly. Dragon Age did badly when they made sequels after that heyday was up. In fact, Mass Effect Andromeda doing badly had a lot to do with that heyday being up. It had everything to do with the trope and cliche that fantasy and sci-fi is a fantasy genre, subgenre actually. That's why Star Wars isn't a sci-fi series, it's a fantasy series. But that, if you don't consume the literature, you don't understand how cyclical, repetitive, and cliched it is, because you think that everything has to innovate. Every genre has to innovate. And fantasy is about deliberately not innovating. It's about deliberately telling Gilgamesh over and over and over and over. It's deliberately telling the hero narrative from deep ancient mythology. That's why all of the fantasy worlds are set in worlds before our own. Worlds that aren't necessarily even building toward our own. Good fantasy doesn't even look like our own world. Whoops. I thought Kuja was a girl for like a long time, and I liked him. My all-time favorite RPG is probably Dungeon Siege, the first one. Sure, how? For sure. I've never played Dead Space. Third-person shooters aren't my move. There you go. Third-person shooters aren't my move, Hal. I'm glad you like them. And so the Final Fantasy the Final Fantasy series, even by 9, but especially by 7, by the 3D era, the Final Fantasy series was saddled with so many recurring features, so many recurring tropes that when Hironobu Sakaguchi, I think is his name, I could be wrong, but the original writer, the original developer, the original creative genius behind the series stepped back to play more of a producer, team leader, coach role. The series got kind of bogged down with expectations from the fan base, which always happens. I mean, 9 is a pretty good run from the perspective of playing 9 and imagining that there are none after this, not including 10. Well, we disagree on whether there's ingenuity or originality. I've been playing games for a month now that are ingenious and innovative and original. You're saying AAA gaming, and AAA gaming can't be original, ingenuitive, or innovative. AAA gaming has never been those things. It's kind of what I was saying with by the time Final Fantasy got to 9, it's a AAA title. It's got to look beautiful, and it has to satisfy the long-term fans. Those are the only things that matter. Indies have always been killing it. It's the same complaint and the same argument in any industry. Stephen King can't be original or innovative. He has to stick to the Stephen King formula. But the hungry up-and-comer, the hungry unpaid artist, as yet still unpaid artist, has to be innovative. That's the only way you can get paid. But then you become staid too. This is the same argument, the same complaint that people have been making about Metallica since Ride the Lightning. Oh, it's all the same. Yeah, it's all the same. It's me making it. And I have to satisfy the people coming to my shows. For sure, Hal. I am on the input end of a microphone, so I'm less interested in other people's opinions than my own. But I hear you, pal. But I talked at length about what interest is and why interest matters. Taking an interest and drawing an interest this morning, and I don't feel like circling back around it. A moment, Shags. Or not really paying attention. Take care, Hal.
Come on, you deadweights, hustle!
You heard him. Let's go. They call us horrible names if we don't. Oh shit, that was almost bad for us. Ha! They fell for it. Is the boy working for the enemy? How dare you show up here? Well, you suck. Y'all can't even defend yourselves. Not good that there's defenseless. Not even putting up a good fight is not good. For the history books, I mean, it may as well be the British Empire. That's how you feel, Elias. If I thought you had a working definition of love, or that you would be anything approaching good conversation, I might engage you on that, but if that's how you feel, thank you for sharing. Die. I'm tired. Tireder now. I should have gotten a Mountain Dew. Should have got a Mountain Dew. Or asked them to give me a cup. Frankly, all of that jibber jabber they do back there disinclines me to want to order. It really does disincline me to want to spend money here. Eric's not around anymore, but for anyone who's following the saga of my life, I was having the worst time. My frame rate was all fucked up. My CPU was working too damn hard earlier today. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but it's not doing it now. So Sharon might have just needed a nap. She got one. Just turned it all the way off for an hour. She might have just booted up and on the wrong side of the bed. Booted up on the wrong side of the SDD. I don't know. She's fine now. Ha, they got nothing on me, but the town's in trouble. Yeah, we defeat these with such relative ease with gear that they have available to them. So it's clearly not the gear. I don't know which one I chose. Evidently I chose the wrong one. I feel like, meh, that you're not engaged by anything because you're not an engaging person. If you're waiting on things to engage you, you're gonna wait the rest of your life. This guy thinks his girlfriend is gonna ask him to marry her. You ready to cook, Eric? Heard that, buddy. I don't know what that means, Eric. Who are you going to war with? Okay, Eric. Dire Straits with me, or just the normal kind? Daddy's gone. What? Yep, you guys are in bad shape. I should have gone up. You won't get by me. I heard that, Eric. I believe in you. You feel 50-50? Well, I feel 22, so... Well, don't trip. Just ask yourself, what would Dictator Johnson do in this situation? And if the answer's not walk into his own spike, then you've done it wrong. It's not your first rodeo. Heard that. Show him how it is, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna be calling this at the next save point. Heard that, Eric. You're playing in the forest. Also, war atrocities used to be a thing that video game narratives took on, and definitely modern AAA RPGs have avoided. So their bosses lack, their villains lack a threat. They're always the coming existential threat. And this is a totally unnecessary interlude that needs to happen because of Final Fantasy II. Also Final Fantasy III. This is a character that hasn't made a reprise since Final Fantasy III. So it just needed to be here. It's been shoehorned in. Like that, my character, that Zidane, Shags in this case, knows the whole backstory was handled well, but this is dumb. I found Fratley, says Puck. None of this is important because Fratley's not going to replace Freya. We wouldn't want Fratley to replace Freya. We know Freya. Zidane has a relationship that pre-exists our narrative with Freya, so we wouldn't want her to drop for Fratley. And the Fratley character in Final Fantasy III, I've played the game for the channel and read all the cutscenes and all that, so I'm not spoiling anything. If you haven't seen it, go watch 3 at this point. You can pause. But that character turned out to be one of the ancients, basically one of the gods of the world. And so that he didn't have amnesia was an important story beat for why his character could then do his heroic, noble sacrifice and be a happy ending in the game, when it turns out that he couldn't actually die from the heroic sacrifice. But this Fratley interlude is a waste of time. While this army is approaching us, we're standing around having a heartfelt interlude. It doesn't make any sense. And so they're collecting, you might notice, Alexandria, Brahm is her name, whose name is a reference to Brahman, which is a kind of bull, but it's also the god of reality in Hinduism. She's gathering up all these stones. She's gathering up these crystals. We cook you for breakfast. It's funny. As soon as I can get to a save point, I do have to get out of this Taco Bell. Legs are starting to hurt from all the sitting, too. Legs always hurt. Oh. Shit. Didn't need the thunder gloves, so hopefully I can this is what I was trying to do. What's up, Disc? I'm playing Final Fantasy IX for the Discord audience, and then it'll go up on the channel later. That's what's up with me. What's up with you? remove that disc? This fight's intense. She's tough. I want that ice brand. I want that. Now I'm in trouble. Ouch. Damn it, that's what I needed to not happen. Anybody else would have been fine. Oh. She's gonna instantly kill us all again. I didn't get the ice brand. I shall leave with the jewel now. Damn. She's too powerful. She's got a cool jump animation too. You know the crazy thing about this game? Just for those of you who are paying attention, Quina here is a optional character. I could have done this whole section without Quina. Yeah, Quina doesn't come to the next section automatically because she's optional. She's technically not supposed to be there at all. So I like having Quina in the party basically at all times. Ow! I like having Quina in the party basically at all times because all of her dialogue is optional. All of her dialogue is optional flavor dialogue. She's not supposed to be there. Like, there's a canon version of this story where only Zidane's established friends are in the party. Only the people that should be in the party are in the party. You understand what I'm saying? So Final Fantasy VII did that with Yuffie and Vincent, and Final Fantasy VI did it with several. Actually, just about everybody in the game becomes optional. You can beat it with very, very few of the even the mainline characters that you would think are main characters in the game. You don't have to get everyone. And then that whole loop. No, I didn't know I could do that. That whole loop of collecting the collectathon of optional whatever party members. That's what the Suikoden series is. There are like 100 playable characters in that game. So what you like to do is that collect party members. Suikoden is the game. You can't get all of them in the first run, as far as I know. You have to play it multiple times. But I'm more likely to want to play it now that it's on Steam, so it has achievements. So, if you want to invest in me doing that for the channel, Suikoden, there are ways. If you don't, I don't want to hear that you don't. I suspect that the party system in Baldur's Gate 3 is just like the party system in every Western RPG, and unique is extremely relative. I'm sure that it's the same as Dragon Age, and they're the fixed party members, and you make your own fun with what's available to you. I wouldn't say we're talking about the same things, but I hear you. You're talking about, loosely, you're talking about the human craft that goes into characters who shouldn't be in scenes. I would say that's a trope of the whole Western RPG genre. Jake? No, I need more. I must get the last jewel. Evil bitch. Not even one word of gratitude. Even Beatrix is getting tired of it. Oh, I guess there are 3 jewels that they've already gotten. Maybe we've only seen, or maybe we're only aware of this 3rd one. What? Garnet has committed a crime. She's like, what? Oh no, his First Amendment rights have been infringed upon. Da 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 da. La 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 la. It starts to start snowing here any minute. I really do need to get back to the tent now. I would really like it if this game were just a little bit more balanced as far as where its save points are, where its narratives are. It's a great game. I really like this game a lot. And I know I'm kind of ruining the experience by not reading it to you. So you're kind of not getting the story. But I also kind of feel like the paper doll cutouts of it all, you can figure it out. Like what... That's how you feel, Cherry. feel like you can figure out what's going on just by the little bits that you can see. I know what's going on just by the little bits I can see. Now we're going back to save Garnet, and we just witnessed some expositionary dialogue explaining Braun's insanity. But we don't need to know the specifics. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. There will be more.